Before I came to Sling, I was working as a film producer, and I'm hoping I'll be able to balance that work with being a pilot as well.
I started working at a dental office for a year, quit, and then I've been backpacking the world.
From all the student testimonies and the people I talk to, they really enjoy their time here, so I think this will be the same good experience for myself.
Currently I'm flying the Airbus 320 for JetBlue, and I'm based here out of LAX.
Hey guys, it's Matthew from Sling Pilot Academy. Every 3 months, we have an induction day where we have a new group of students start on our full-time program. This past week, we interviewed some of those brand new students on their first day to hear about what got them started in aviation. We also had some of our alumni come in to talk about their transition from Sling Pilot Academy to wherever they're working at now. So stay tuned to hear about their stories. Enjoy the video.
My name's Joe.
And my name is Andrew.
Yeah, my name's Kiro Michael.
Jeffrey, no.
My name's Francisco.
My name is Joey Schiappa. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I'm a new student here at Sling Pilot Academy.
Be a cross-functional agent at a regional airport. So I worked for Envoy before this for about 2.5 years. And pretty much as soon as I started working there, I just made the decision to come here.
Started training in Phoenix, Arizona for a few months in 2023. Decided that I wanted to come home, be local, and Sling was a great option for me. And from what I hear, and from this orientation today, it seems like it's going to be an amazing time.
So I was at a flight school in Phoenix, Arizona, and I racked up some hours there, and I just wanted to make a switch to something better.
So I graduated college December of 2022. I started working at a dental office for a year, quit, and then I've been backpacking the world. So I went to Southeast Asia for a month, and then for another month I went to Europe.
So up until yesterday, I was working in aviation part sales. So I was a sales representative, just providing parts and consumables for the corporate aviation world. So I was doing that for a few years.
Before I came to Sling, I was working as a film producer, and I'm hoping I'll be able to balance that work with being a pilot as well.
So I'm originally from Monterey. I was born and raised there, but I have family here, so it made it pretty easy to just make the decision to move down here.
Kind of. I live in LA, so about an hour no traffic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a local from Manhattan Beach, not far.
I'm from Orange County, so it's about 40 to an hour.
It was actually word of mouth from a coworker of mine. He was already a private pilot, and he heard about it from somebody else. It's just a whole daisy chain of, playing telephone, but I kind of forgot about it for a bit, but that same coworker actually invited me up to Oshkosh. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, but I found you guys there, and that's when I really started to get interested into it, and I took my discovery flight about 2 months after that, and then that's when I really made the decision.
Student experience, what I really needed was the availability to fly every day, the people who are willing to help and who care about your actual success and not just run it as a business. From all the student testimonies and the people I talk to, they really enjoy their time here, so I think this will be the same good experience for myself.
Yeah, honestly, I called just to make sure, just like I call any other flight school, and I don't know, the people here, the staff here seem so genuine and real, and I don't know, it kind of attracted me to this place, so I ended up looking more into it, and here I am.
It was actually the connection to SkyWest. It's a good start to my career in aviation.
So I've known about Sling Pilot Academy for a few years now. I just never pulled the trigger. I was always worried about the financial part. I've done my research around the area. I've seen the things they've done. I follow them on social media. I look at these YouTube videos that they post, and definitely convinced me. And after today, just fully convinced me.
I interviewed a lot of different flight schools, and when I found Sling, I knew I was in the right place because it seems like a school that's built on community, and community is very important to me, so that's why I chose Sling.
So I'd started when I was a kid, just watching my dad play video games, just using the joystick and all that, and I thought, as I got older, I actually realized that, this is actually something I could actually do for work, and it just took me a while to really understand that it was a path that I could actually take, as opposed to just something off like, oh, that's only for rich people, but just with enough work, you can get to it.
Yeah, so actually I was studying to be a doctor. I went to college and aviation never really left the back of my mind. So I started doing research, realized it's actually possible. It's not a closed off industry as I thought. So I decided to make the jump and switch.
I always had an interest in it growing up. I just thought it was unrealistic. But looking into it more and more, I finally decided after finishing my bachelor's, but it's not too late, but it was good. It was good, yeah.
When I was a little kid, my dad actually, we would plane spot together. I kind of forgot about it for a long time until after college. I didn't really know what to do. And then when I was surfing one day, my now mentor, he was a senior captain for Cathay Pacific. Now he's at American Airlines. He just told me to go take a discovery flight. Just thought back to what the memories I had with my dad when I was a kid, and yeah, I got super inspired to kind of pursue this career.
Living in Orange County, I lived right below the flight path into John Wayne. Every day as a kid, every 5 minutes, I was looking at an airplane going into John Wayne, and just looking at them fly at a very low altitude just motivated me, and I was always inspired of seeing those planes. Doing research about the pilot life and aviation in itself, the community, it's the place to be for me.
My interest in aviation started when I was a little kid, so this is a dream come true for me to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, super excited. Gonna hit the books this weekend, and I can't wait for Monday to start my first flight.
Yeah, I am absolutely excited to start my training here at Sling Pilot Academy.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it for a few months now. Stoked to finally be able to come here for orientation and get things rolling.
Yeah, for sure. I started training before, and I'm super excited to start again, to get back in the groove and study hard.
Oh, hell yeah. I was ready as soon as I heard about it, and I'm just like, I want to do it. I made my decision. I gotta get in there and do it.
As well as talking to some of the new students, we had a few alumni talk to the class about what they can expect moving forward.
I was actually part of the very first accelerated Sling Pilot Academy class that they had back in 2019. So I started May of 2019, my pilot journey. Currently I'm flying the Airbus 320 for JetBlue, and I'm based here out of LAX. And I really, really enjoyed, through that entire journey, I really enjoyed instructing. So that's why you still see me regularly as I'm one of the assistant chiefs here, as I really enjoy the process of learning and helping people learn and accomplish their goals.
Was it a big transition to move from being a flight instructor to being a pilot in the 121 world?
I think Sling did a really good job at preparing me for the 121 world. One of the big things that I noticed with the glass cockpit is my scan was already developed and ready to go when I transferred to a lot bigger aircraft. And I know some of the individuals that I was in training with SkyWest, they were looking at the 6-pack gauges, and they had a much steeper learning curve than I did.
So the modern aircraft counts for something. It's not a case of, only real pilots learn on steam gauges anymore, is it?
I think that nowadays just about any aircraft that you're going to fly in as a passenger does not have steam gauges in it.
When you first started in the 121 world, did you have to move around a lot? You weren't always based in LAX, even with SkyWest, right?
Yeah, so at SkyWest, right out of training, I got Boise. So I was Boise based there for a couple of months. But then I was able to transfer to LAX, based out of LAX. And then with JetBlue, I have been at LAX my entire time at JetBlue.
And do you plan to stay at JetBlue for the rest of your career?
As of this moment, that is the plan. I know that, we don't know what the future holds, but my plan is to stay at JetBlue, yes.
And do you have any regrets about any of the choices that you made?
And one thing that's not characteristic, a very conscious decision that I made, is I actually stayed here at Sling until I had 2,000 hours. So I could have left and gone to the airlines a lot sooner than I did, but I can see all of that instructing experience that I have really laid the foundation for me to be successful.
And by the way, Stuart became a tail wheel specialist here. Right now we have one tail wheel airplane, the Super Decathlon. So in this journey to becoming excellent as a private pilot, excellent as an instrument pilot, excellent as an instructor, you could choose to be excellent at tail wheel flying and upset recovery and basic aerobatics. If you choose so, there's a lot of flying that happens here, and you can specialize, like Stu specialized in tail wheel, and he actually had someone who said, I want to get my initial private pilot certificate in the tail wheel airplane, and there's fun things we can do. I mean, a lot of people are just like, let's just go for it, maximum. Let's just get this done. Why did you choose to fly tail wheel as much as you did?
Just being part of the aviation community, I bumped shoulders with a line check airman at United Airlines. He used to have a plane hangared here in Torrance, and so we met, and he kind of took me under his wing. He was one of my mentors, and he told me that the best experience that he ever had to prepare him for a job with airlines was being a tailwheel pilot. So I took that to heart and decided that I was going to do exactly what he said. I was going to learn the tailwheel, and I agree with him. I think being a tailwheel pilot has really prepared me for flying the big stuff.
Could you elaborate on that a little bit more?
On the
tailwheel? Yeah.
Yeah, so when you're flying a tailwheel aircraft, it's not, the stability is different on the ground. It's way less forgiving, especially when you're coming into land. So a tailwheel forces you to land straight and to take in the appropriate corrections for wind and things like that. A tricycle gear, for example, is a lot more forgiving. If you come in crooked, the tricycle gear will straighten up for you. The tailwheel does the opposite. So that's part of just being a better pilot, is the plane is less forgiving, so you have to have better proficiency and more skill to actually fly a tailwheel.
I was in the same class here as Stu and Kevin, which is the first one they did. Banged it out pretty quick. Was an instructor here for 2 years, and got hired at SkyWest, and I've been there ever since. I'm on the CRJ in LA. It's kind of like the redheaded stepchild of the Los Angeles base. We do about 10% of, or give or take, of the LA flying. The rest is going to be on the 175. It's a newer airplane. The CRJ is kind of old school. We take a little pride in the fact that we have to actually fly the airplane. It's got no auto throttles and no VNAV autopilot. So we like to say, we're a little bit better than the other guys, but I don't know. This industry, for me anyway, it's been pretty interesting. There can be like ups and downs, obviously. And, I would have thought that maybe I wasn't going to be at SkyWest at this point. But a lot of the Boeing stuff slowed down some of the hiring. You guys probably follow it closer than me, which is another one of my downsides. I'm kind of like fat, dumb, and happy, and it's hard to like move on when things are going pretty good. So, but one of these days I'll probably get hired somewhere else and take it from there, in a bigger airplane or something. But I don't know. Does anybody have any questions? Kevin, you want to say anything? I don't know.
Hello, my name's Kevin. I was also in the first class with all these guys, and I did a little bit of a different route. You guys have talked to a lot of 120 or heard from a lot of 121 guys. I went the 135 route. I've left the 135, but I flew Saabs out of Wisconsin for about a year for a freight company. Freight's interesting. It's different. It's definitely not worse or better. It's just different. And just got a class date with Breeze, so I'm going into 121 now. But yeah, Sling was awesome. When we started, it was just this hangar. That's it. The school, the maintenance, the build shop, everything was out of this hangar. And it was like, 12 of us? 12 of us, and we're just a big family. Just because we kind of like forged in the fire of figuring all this stuff out. All this here is because, we were the guinea pigs. So, if you want to thank somebody for how smooth everything is going now, you can look at us. But no, it's a great facility. Take advantage of the fact that you have such great access to how the sausage is made in the airplane world. You do not get this at any other school on the planet. This is the one thing that Sling has that no other school has that they can offer you, is that when you're getting grilled by your instructors and by your DPEs about how engines work, well, they're building engines right over there, you can go look at it. You know, if they're not too busy, you can ask them questions. If you want to know how avionics work, I mean, they're, you know, being worked on right in that hangar over there. So I would say the biggest thing, take advantage of the special things that Sling have that you can only get here. But I guess that would be what I'd have to say.
I got one more thing too. Just kind of along the lines of what I was saying, like the airline industry can be like kind of weird with like you can control a lot about your career, and then there's a lot that you can't control. And even like down to a day-to-day level, like you can control a lot about how you choose to respond to, like, there's always like something. And actually Matt and the guys here do like a great job of it, because it's kind of like a small business, and these guys work super hard, and it's super respectable because they're always ready to pivot and do the next thing. And you kind of have to take that attitude into the airline world. Like I was just on a 4-day trip. We got stuck in Aspen because of weather. I do the Aspen flying on the CRJ. That's kind of like what most of us do in LA on the CRJ, because we're the only 121 airline and aircraft that can go to Aspen. So that's a big part of the LA base on the CRJ side. But you just have to be very flexible in your thinking and your just attitude. So, you know, when things slow down, when things speed up, you can be ready to jump on it. You can just be ready to chill, whatever it is. Like, recognize and remind yourself that there's a lot of things out of your control, and then there's also, conversely, some things in your control. So keep grinding. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Leave us a comment if you have any questions about getting your training started. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel, and we appreciate it.
But for all of you guys, we are here to excel. We don't want to be just average pilots. We want to excel at every certificate and rating that we go through. You guys have chosen to dive in all the way, and that's what you're doing. That gives you the opportunity for proficiency and excellence. So let's take the opportunity and let's all be excellent. Let's be the best pilots we can be. No one should be the world's okayest pilot. None of you guys, okay?